Great. Now I feel like I've wasted this tape. Welcome back to Ever Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Ever Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to talk about Once Upon a Warrior. Once Upon a Warrior is a 2011 India theatrical release about Yoda and Moksha having to work together to save Priya and destroy Arendri. It is directed by Prakash Kovelamudi, cinematography by Soundar Rajan, editing by Shravan Katikaneni, music by Salim Merchant, and it's written by Prakash Kovelamudi and Rajashimha Tadinada. It stars Siddharth as Yoda, Shruti Haasan as Priya, Lakshmi Manchu as Arendri, Harshitha as Moksha, and Vallabhaneni Ramji as Druki. I apologize. This is not a language I took classes in. It is very rare for India to make a fantasy film, so people were really excited about this, and it was pretty well received. It had a little bit of criticism saying the plot could have been a little bit better, but otherwise it was pretty well received. Great opening titles and closing titles. The animations / just visuals of that were so good. I loved them. And then the actual visuals of the movie are beautiful. Some shots are stunning. There's really good visual effects, and then there's super, super cringe visual effects that it's really dated and old. But the actual visuals, the actual cinematography, was very beautiful, very well done. This is the first one that we've had that I felt like really dragged a little bit in places. Like the first big flashback, how we learn of Yoda and Priya meeting and everything, I feel like went on a little too long. I feel like they could have made that a little bit more succinct and believable, but it just it was milked. They definitely milked that, which it's fine. It's a very long movie. It's 2.5 hours. Bollywood movies tend to be 2.5 to 3 hours long, but then on the flip side, the resolution was so fast. They didn't really milk that at all, which I thought was interesting. So I wish they kind of had, I wish they kind of flip-flopped a little bit, because I feel like the pacing was a bit slow in places. The music was stunning. The score, specifically. I do think the musical numbers they had, which they did have a couple more traditional music numbers. There was one where, he was definitely, performing and doing the dancing. And then the love songs between Yoda and Priya were definitely more traditional Bollywood, with them singing in a random field somewhere, in random locations. That's very typical of older, Bollywood movies. So they had some definitely more traditional musical numbers, and I did like them. I thought the musical numbers were good, but the score totally stood out for me for this one. I think the score was genuinely so good. Alright, so right off the bat, we've got a parent death. I believe one of Moksha's parents passed away. I think it's her mom. I think her mom died in childbirth. I think that's what it is. I don't fully remember. I watched this a couple weeks ago. Please don't. And it's right at the beginning. I have no idea. Right at the beginning, Aubrey killed me because Yoda is revealed, and he does all the, cool, slicing the water droplets and slicing the tip of the one thing off with the blindfold on, and then he takes the blindfold off, and we realize he's blind. And Aubrey goes, why is he wearing a blindfold if he was blind? That question obviously gets answered, actually, so it was funny at the time. I think it's interesting, though, that he was blinded and you can't really see the damage to his eyes, because he was, stabbed in the eyeballs with soldering hot weapons. So I think it's interesting that you don't really see any damage to his eyes. The story is very interesting. It's very fun. I just had a lot of questions, and I feel like only some of them got answered. I loved the warrior aspect. I loved Moksha. I think Druki is the most unnecessary character. They did nothing with him. I feel like there could have been way more with Druki that could have been flushed out, because he's just kind of along for the ride. I know he's the one from the village that came and was like, hey, can you help my kids? But then, for the rest of the movie, he's just there. And it's could we do something with him? He feels a little unnecessary. And then Arendri is sick. I feel like the story didn't meet the, high-quality villain. She is so cool. she is serving looks this entire film. And I feel like she's a pretty badass villain. Like, she's cool. And I really feel like they didn't, I don't know, like, Yoda is super cool, and Moksha's really sick. And I feel like they could have, like, really done something with that, and they just, I don't know. Like, it could have been cooler, I feel like. The costumes are a large in part factor as to why Arendri is as cool as she is. Oh my god, her makeup and costumes were literal art. Oh my word. They were serving, so she ate that, and I love that. Favorite part, them conquering all the evil, them defeating Arendri, for sure. That was really good. Loved that. Gotta love a happy ending. Gotta love telling evil to leave you alone. My least favorite part, either the CGI dragon snake that Arendri was, or Druki having, like, no purpose, not becoming some kind of sick sorcerer or something. Watch again. Sure, I had fun. Recommend. I would say, yeah, this was a good time. I had to rent it. I rented it on Vudu or Fandango at home. But it was worth it. Definitely worth it. I had a great time. So definitely give it a little watchy. Specific moments. The frame rate drops are like, it was purposeful. Slow-mo that was very glitchy, strobe lighty. Kind of not the vibe. Kind of, it was blurry. It was kind of, I get the style, I get the aesthetic for sure, but we definitely thought something was wrong with the stream of it. The slow-mo was fine. The cool fight editing was kind of sick, but I feel like it could have been a bit better, but I do know, like, I feel like fantasy movies aren't normally the norm in Bollywood, so maybe that was kind of, or Tollywood or whatever is normally the issue. Arendri serving looks, the dance numbers. Arendri had one moment where she gave Jojo Siwa's new karma look, you know, which was topical and funny. This was fun. I liked it. I had a great time. So I would definitely recommend, give it a watch. I'm having so much fun watching these Disney India releases. I think they're really great. Like, I just love watching foreign films, so I don't do it enough because of everything I have going on, but I love it. I love a good Bollywood movie, so sign me up. And I love a good K-drama, so sign me up. So, yep, that's everything I have. My final rating is 7 blindfolds out of 10. Our total movie count is. Our parent death toll is. Crack count is still the same. If you want to keep up with the movie I'm watching when, follow me on all socials to find out what movie I'm watching when. I put up videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. I got a tier starting at just $1. We get every video a week early, coupon code for merch, and exclusive merch access. Tiers above that, you get daily trivia, bonus content, monthly postcards on one tier, you know, all the merch. So go. Until next time. Oh, buy merch. OG. This is the OG merch design. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, but I'm not sure to real life you are, so you, and don't be Arendri about it. Girl had problems. Hey! I'm losing my marbles because I just split this video into 2 and I've never, oh my god, I don't know why I did that. Okay.